oathbreakers didn't really exist, or at least not the way that you think, especially if you're a movie watcher. But today, in this video, we will be exploring everything to do with why they might not be exactly how you think and giving you a bit of a backstory. So let's get into it. Firstly, let's just start what they do in the Battle of Minas Tirith. So basically, after the Rohirrim arrive, the Battle of Minas Tirith is looking like it's going to go well. But eventually they do get overwhelmed when a certain thing happens. When the Haradrim arrive, it really seems like there is no hope left, and in the books it does seem even more grim because there isn't much of reinforcements coming. But then Aragorn arrives, the Oathbreakers, the army of the dead, and then we probably have my favourite scene in the entire movie.
I summon you to fulfill your oath.
None but the King of Gondor may come out.
Yeah, so basically that is probably my favourite scene. I did have to cut it a little bit so I didn't get copyright though. Basically, just to explain to you what the Oathbreakers are. Basically, they were originally just men that lived in the mountain. But then, in the Battle of the Last Alliance, which is the battle we see at the beginning of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, at the start of Fellowship of the Ring, after Galadriel gives a little prequel, they forsake all their friends. But they are still very good in the Battle of Minas Tirith, by the way. I mean, look at these guys. Look how scary they are. I mean, come on. Like, I'd be scared of that. But they didn't physically actually battle. They couldn't physically interact. So basically, by just being terrifying, they made all the orcs just go like, ah, and then the Rohirrim comes and just stabs them. And I'm pretty sure they couldn't wear armor or anything like in this picture. They probably couldn't interact with anything physical. They just had their ghosty swords. Well, I don't even know if they had that, honestly, in the books. But yeah, basically, they could not physically interact, but they still played a huge role. And that is a main reason, a big question I've heard asked is, why didn't Aragorn take them to Mordor? There is actually a video down below in the comments on a video on why they didn't take them to Mordor and what if Aragorn did take them to Mordor, if you want to go see that. So basically, this is where the ghosts were, more or less in that area, and those were the paths of the dead where Aragorn goes to get the ghosts. But in this case, he does go get them just to it was a help. It was a special tool that really helped the battle through, and they would have probably lost the battle if it wasn't for that. And by the way, guys, if you were wondering, I actually have a video on why I actually think the Battle of Minas Tirith was actually lost, and I do really think I make some really good points, and that'll be number one in the comments down below. And the Grey Company, by the way, is really some of Aragorn's sorts of the Dunedain, right? The Dunedain are Aragorn's people that were part of Gondor, but were obviously lost, kind of like Aragorn, and they were very good warriors. In the books, they actually kill the Corsairs, like, they destroy the Corsair ships, with the help of the ghosts, sure, but they are the only ones doing any damage to the Corsairs. Obviously, Gimli, Legolas, and Aragorn too. I'm not actually sure if Gimli and Legolas were there in the books. I'll have to do some research. I'll get back to you guys on that. But yeah, that's basically how they managed to win the battle. Win, once again, if you want to go see that they didn't really win. But thank you guys so much for watching. Click the video if there is one on the screen. I hope you have a great day. Bye.